সুধী দর্শক মণ্ডলী, থ্যাংক ইউ ফর ওয়াচিং অ্যান্ড ওয়েলকাম টু মাই চ্যানেল। বাংলাদেশে যে সমস্ত ডাক্তার জার্মানিতে মেডিকেল সাইডে বা ক্লিনিক্যাল সাইডে নিজের ক্যারিয়ার গড়ার চিন্তাভাবনা করছেন, আজকের ভিডিও তাদেরই জন্য। 2012 সালে জার্মানি নন ইউরোপিয়ান ডাক্তারদের জন্য তাদের দেশে ক্লিনিক্যাল সাইডে কাজ করার সুযোগ তৈরি করে দেয়। এই সুযোগকে কাজে লাগিয়ে পৃথিবীর বিভিন্ন দেশ থেকে অনেক ডাক্তার বা নন ইউরোপিয়ান ডাক্তার জার্মানিতে এসেছে এবং ক্লিনিক্যাল সাইডে বিভিন্ন হসপিটালে জব করছেন। দুঃখজনক হলেও সত্যি, আমাদের বাংলাদেশি ডাক্তারদের কাছে এই সম্বন্ধে পর্যাপ্ত তথ্য না থাকার কারণে অথবা এই সম্বন্ধে কিছুই না জানার কারণে তারা তেমন কোনো প্রচেষ্টা নেননি, যেই কারণে জার্মানির বিভিন্ন হসপিটালে আমরা পৃথিবীর বিভিন্ন দেশের ডাক্তার দেখে থাকি, ইন্ডিয়া, পাকিস্তান, ইন্দোনেশিয়া, শ্রীলঙ্কা, কিন্তু বাংলাদেশের তেমন কোনো ডাক্তার আমরা দেখতে পাই না। এই সম্বন্ধে জানার জন্যই আমি চলে গিয়েছিলাম আমার বন্ধু ডক্টর দীপক মিশ্রের সাথে কথা বলার জন্য, যিনি একজন ইন্ডিয়ান ডক্টর এবং জার্মানিতে অলরেডি মেডিকেল লাইসেন্স এক্সাম পাশ করে একটি হাসপাতালে কর্মরত আছেন। চলুন দেখা যাক ডক্টর দীপক মিশ্র আমাদেরকে কী তথ্য জানান।
I studied from a government medical college in India, and then after graduation I worked for a couple of years in, say, ranging from government hospitals to private hospitals in Pune. I also worked as a medical officer in a primary health center, and I was looking for an opportunity to do my post-graduation, and then during this process I got to know about the Möglichkeit, the opportunity for doctors in Germany. This opened in 2012 when Germany opened its door for foreign doctors, for non-European Union doctors, and later on, like after 1 year, I got to know about it. So I started with my language course in Pune, and I did till my C1, and after that I kept applying for say hospitation, that is observership here. Luckily I got into one of the hospitals as observer, and once I got here I started trying to get a position, and so consequently with time I got into a residency position here. Right. So I would say it was around a year, so 10 months, 1 year, 12 months from A1 to C1. Okay. So that is when you clear all your steps, all your exams very fast. Then it takes around 1 year, you can say, or say 10 months. But manchmal, sometimes it's also delayed because the termine, the appointment for the exam, you don't have it very often. Okay. Depends upon center to center. Some center might say that, okay, we don't have an exam date in next 2 months. Then you'll have to wait for 2 months. Okay. See, first of all, I would say one has to be very sure while making the decision to come to Germany. Yes. Because the trend has been that people go to English-speaking countries, people go to UK, USA, Australia, but that because of the saturation and because of the high competition, that this trend has little bit changed, and now people are trying to come to Germany, and with time this trend towards Germany is also changing. Okay. So with time the difficulty level is increasing, the competition is increasing, so one has to be very sure while making the decision. And once the decision is made, okay, then now I want to go to Germany, then the first step is the language. Okay. So language, because when I was studying the language, or I was preparing for Germany, I did not know that it's going to be only German. I thought that, okay, I mean, they have their regional language, I mean, their own language, but English works everywhere. That was my preconceived notion. That was wrong. Here everything happens in German, so your language has to be very, very strong. Right. So B2 is the minimum requirement, but C1 is preferred. Okay. So people have to do C1. If you apply with, say, just B2, the Chefarzt, the head of the department, they will not consider your application, because even though you match to the law, I mean B2, but they have applicants with C1. So why will they consider you? Right. Yeah, definitely the courses help actually. You need, because the language is different, you need somebody who can guide you, who can teach you how it is to be done, because otherwise you cannot simply do it. It's not that like English, that we read some book and we understand everything and we take the exam. It's not like that, because the language is different, system is different, you need coaching. This is when you do not work in a hospital. See, I completed my approbation exam, this Kenntnisprüfung, a knowledge test, and I did not take any coaching class, but I passed anyhow. The reason I consider is that I had already worked for more than a year in a hospital, in a German hospital. So with this working in a hospital, I had gained that experience, that knowledge of the language and the system, that I could pass this exam.
Okay.
Had I not worked in a hospital, if I directly wanted to take this exam, I would have needed a coaching. As I told you, they have to first meet the requirements which are laid by the law, and requirement is the language, B2 C1. After that, there is also a new rule that all the candidates have to take this Fachsprachprüfung, that is medical German test. Medical German. So they have to complete this, they have to pass this exam. For this exam, most important requirement is a job. They need to have a Einstellungszusage, it is called. It is a promissory letter. So it is a vicious circle. You cannot apply for a medical license directly. When you apply for medical license, they'll ask for a job letter. When you go for an interview, they'll ask you for a license, that okay, you want to work with us, where is your license?
Right.
So it's a vicious cycle, and the hardest part which I find, see, learning the language is not so difficult. If somebody is a doctor, he has that IQ of learning something new.
Yes.
So that is assumed.
Yes.
So learning the language, it's just a part of the process. One can take some time and learn the language. They can also come to Germany, do medical German courses. Hardest part what I find is getting this job letter from some German hospital agreeing to take you once you have your license. Once you have this job letter, things get easier. Your visa gets extended. You can apply for this Berufserlaubnis medical license. You can apply for the exam. So this job letter is very important, I think. Physical presence is very important. One has to be present here while applying, so that if you get a response, and when you get a response, you can directly call them up, arrange an interview, go to the interview and get things done. Because nobody, like, see, in US, when people apply for US and they get interviews via email, they get a letter for interview, then after 2 months there is an interview planned, and then they book their flight tickets, they go for the interview. In some cases they also get visa for this interview. In Germany it's not that way. Here, if you are there and they need a doctor and you're good for them, they'll take you directly and they'll ask you, okay, when can you begin?
Okay.
They'll not wait for you to come from India or Bangladesh in like 1 month's time, and then like you get your visa, wait for your visa process and everything. They are not going to do that.
Okay.
That is when I told you there are two processes. One is one chooses to do all the languages and then come on a job seeker visa. And another is that they come beforehand and then they complete the languages here. The cost is a major factor here.
Yes.
If somebody is able to pay the like cost for a long duration, if they come for the language course, they're going to be here for say around a year.
Yes.
Yeah. So if they are willing to, or if they're in position to pay all the expenses, then it's fine. It's a better deal actually when they spend more time here, they learn the language better. But for people who cannot spend that much money, for them it's better that they do their B2 C1 in the country, in their own country, and then with job seeker visa come for 6 months.
6 months.
So that much duration they have to support themselves on their own. They cannot work here. I did it myself. Like I stayed here for like 8 months before I actually got my first salary. See, I came on actually hospitation. I came on a Schengen visa, tourist visa.
Okay.
I came here as a tourist visa in a hospital as observer. Went there for 10 days, 20 days. I realized that they're not going to take me. Initially, I was very hopeful that okay, I've come from so long and I've done my B2, C1, everything. Then they might take me. But hospital was big. There's so much competition that I realized that they are not going to take me. There were no foreign doctors there. All were Germans.
Okay.
Then I sat back home. I started sending emails once again, and then like with time I got responses. I went to the interviews. I sent 600 to 700 emails. I got 7 positive responses for interviews.
Okay.
From these 7 interviews, I was selected in 4 places.
Okay.
So I chose the best which suited me that time.
That is a long struggle for you.
That was a long struggle. So and that was all after I did my B2 and C1 in India.
In India. অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ আমার ভিডিও দেখার জন্য। আপনাদের যদি কোনো ধরনের কনফিউশন বা কোনো প্রশ্ন থেকে থাকে, প্লিজ আমাকে মেসেজ করুন অথবা আমাকে কল করুন। আই উইল ট্রাই টু হেল্প ইউ অ্যাজ মাচ অ্যাজ আই ক্যান। একটি কথা আপনারা অবশ্যই খেয়াল রাখবেন, আপনারা যদি জার্মানিতে ক্লিনিক্যাল সাইডে নিজেদের ক্যারিয়ার গড়ার চিন্তা করেন, তাহলে অবশ্যই আপনাদের জার্মান ভাষা জানা লাগবে। ফ্লুয়েন্ট জার্মান ভাষা ছাড়া আপনি ক্লিনিক্যাল সাইডে জার্মানির কোনো হসপিটালে কাজ করতে পারবেন না। সুতরাং আপনাদেরকে অবশ্যই কনফিডেন্ট হতে হবে যে আপনারা এই ভাষায় দক্ষতা অর্জন করতে পারবেন। তারপরেই আপনারা ডিসিশন নিতে পারবেন যে ঠিক আছে, আমরা জার্মানি ভাষা শিখতে পারবো, বা আমি অলরেডি শিখেছি, এখন মেডিকেল ক্যারিয়ার কীভাবে আমি জার্মানিতে করতে পারি, নেক্সট স্টেপগুলো কী। তো এই কথাটা অবশ্যই খেয়াল রাখবেন। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ এগেইন ফর ওয়াচিং মাই ভিডিও। I hope to see you soon in my next video.